Hello and welcome. We are the Until Series Project, and tonight we present a new episode of Tales of the Finest, our ongoing Blue Rose game set in the 5e, set in Green Running Publishing's Blue Rose campaign setting. My name is Jonesy, and I will be your game master this evening. Quick note for those unfamiliar with Blue Rose: in Blue Rose, the envoys take on the role of members of the Sovereign's Finest, commonly referred to as envoys. Where they take on any number of acts for the crown, including settling border disputes, assisting with disaster relief, or dealing with Kurnish spies and incoming, shadow spawn incursions, which kind of sort of what the players are dealing with right now. And pretty much anything else the sovereign needs them to do. Quick few housekeeping notes. Those watching at home, we are using the Blue Rose Adventurers Guide edition, which is the 5e compatible edition, which is currently available on pre-order from Green Running Publishing. We do have an affiliate code, which will get you 5% off if you want to use that, and we'll drop that in the chat. Along with that, we are a tiny and growing channel, so if you like what we do, please consider doing all the YouTube and Twitch and Twitter things, liking, sharing, subscribing, letting basically people know where to find us and what we do. And if you are watching live and or catching us on Afterplay on YouTube or Twitch, if you leave us a comment or catch us with the Discord and let us know what you liked, you can actually help the envoys out by giving them points of inspiration and other cool unlocks. And for those, as our streams end, those can be rolled over as rewarded to other streams. So always a way to help out, even if it's you're watching replays of older stuff. So with that in mind, I'm going to turn it over to our envoys to let them introduce themselves. If you would do us the favor in letting everyone know who you are, who you're playing, and answering today's question of the day. What advice would your character give a younger version of themselves?
Cool. Hi, everybody. My name is Will. I'm excited to be here playing Kale Pelora, the human cleric of the Radiant domain. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Excited to see how this all goes. And question of the day: what is something I would give a younger version of myself as advice? Learn a new skill, play an instrument, learn a language since I only know the one. Maybe actually go to religion class and get proficient in that if you're the cleric. But, I never did that either. But yeah, that's me. I will turn it over to Alex.
I would also like to tell Baby Kale that. Don't drop out of religion school. It's going to come up, probably. Hi everybody, I'm Alex, and I will be playing the part of Drake, who is a Rye Raccoon rogue turned swashbuckler. So he is a tiny ball of fur who will in fact cut you and run away and snicker in the shadows like Mudley. As for the question of the day, I think Drake would tell his younger self to join the envoys sooner, because it's a way for him to use the skills that he gained from his disreputable life in a way that helps other people than just himself. And that is an enriching and fulfilling experience that he wasn't expecting to ever have in his life. Over to Aaron.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Aaron. I am playing Tizra Vasker, who is a Vatasha warlock. They would probably tell the younger version of themselves to not despair, to enjoy their parents and their sister, and even in the harsh, desolate land of Kern, to find the beauty there, because they will eventually realize that there's a lot of beauty in this world, and they spent a lot of their youth being very angry and bitter, and that didn't serve anyone.
Awesome. So thank you for that. We are short 2 players this evening, unfortunately. They weren't able to make it tonight, so we are going to have some of the other teammates control their envoys during combat. And that because they were in the middle of encountering some other tough obstacles, and we don't want to leave them too short-handed, especially with their them being the fighter types that were a little bit more proficient in sword and anchor versus spell and prayer. So.
And cutting. I cut people.
Yes, you do.
And Vom is more hammer than sword.
True. Speaking of which, where do we find our envoys tonight? Well, the envoys have, for the last several weeks, been investigating a theft of some ancient lore and uncovering the raveling of the machinations of a shadow cult that was attempting to, find a way back for bringing back the soul of a lost sorcerer queen, of the lost sorceress queen, the main one herself, back from the Age of Thorns, which led them to discovering the knowledge and location of a ancient tower known as Shadowfell Spire. It is actually not on our realm. It's in the space in between, the blip in between us and Shadow, which is called Shadowfell, since we are using 5e version of the setting. So the envoys have managed to make their way into the Shadowfell after encountering some landlocked pirate zombies. They made their way to Shadowfell Spire and infiltrating Shadowfell Spire, overcoming psychic traps and encountering some hostile inhabitants thereof, leading to where we find them tonight, up on the 4th floor of the tower. Peeking in, Drake has laid eyes on what appears to be a young Alden lad and a Rye Wolf bound in some sort of submarine or binding circle, along with 3 small ice-like shadow fiend creatures and a rather large ice-looking shadow fiend creature. And that's where we find our envoys tonight. Anything else the envoys like to add before we jump on in?
I take a free action to cry quietly on the staircase.
It's totally acceptable.
Say we've established that crying is a free action.
Well, yeah, I'll put my head back down and say, "Hey, everybody! There's a big, scary monster up there. If anybody's got any bright ideas."
You don't have to put your head down. We can talk telepathically.
I like to make eye contact when I talk to people. Okay, T-Strike.
I mean, if there is some sort of ritual going on, I do not think there is time to do much other than try to disrupt it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And we gotta help those two in there, that Rye person and that Rye Wolf and his boy up there.
Jonesy, from the description that Drake gave us, can I possibly make an Arcana check to have any idea if there's, like, what would be the best way to disrupt this ritual?
Sure.
Because Aaron has a theory, but I want to make sure that I'm not, metagaming it.
Well, let me hear your theory, and then we'll have you make a roll.
Okay. My theory, based on the layout, is that the 3 little ice demons are probably the ones who are actually conducting the ritual, and taking them out would be the best bet. And that the big guy is just there to make sure that nothing tries to do exactly what we're planning to do. So, yeah, that's my thought.
And you'd like to see what your book smarts tells you about your.
Sure, let's try that. My book smarts tell me nothing. That was a 9.
If it makes you feel better, I believed you.
So,
I'm assuming a 9 is at least not so terrible that I'm able to say, well, that's my best guess, but who knows if I'm right.
yeah, that's pretty much. I with a 9, I'm not gonna. Yes, I'm not gonna say yes or no. I'm gonna leave it as that's what you believe. That's what you believe.
Okay.
Did you tell us all that, Tisra?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I try and sneak up these stairs?
Sure.
I'm so sneaky. This will go so well for me. I got a 10.
Oh no.
Hey, thanks for subscribing, Jonesy.
You're welcome.
If I'm undetected, I would like to cast blindness on the big guy.
Don't think you're gonna be undetected.
I mean, either way, I want to cast blindness, but I guess, like, do I get the surprise in or not?
I guess
Is
this
my
comes
question.
down. Well, let's roll for initiative and find out, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
I hate when they say that. Click on your token first. Oh, good job, Drake.
Tom gets a 16. Teaser gets a 9.
Drake gets an 18. Ula gets a... Hold, please. A 9.
Buffering. It's a buffering. Well, for good or for bad, whether you've been seen or not, Kel, you have initiative, so you can cast your spell.
Cool. I cast blindness at our big friend here.
Okay.
Which I think, yeah, it's blindness, deafness. I choose blindness. So it's a Constitution saving throw.
That's my big ice guy.
I'm sure his constitution is low.
Mother of God. So. Yeah, I'm usually a sneaky GM and don't generally tell my players what I roll. But I'm going to tell them this time. I rolled a 5 on his con check.
Heck yeah.
He will not succeed, so he will go blind. Or she, or they, will go blind.
Don't assume you know the Ice Devil's
Yes,
gender.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. or Miss or they, devil. So I don't know if it matters, but I am wearing a magic ring that I have had to make saves for before. Just a reminder to all those watching, I put on a cursed ring. So
Joe did.
He took a ring and he found hidden in the compartment between the Exarch of Greed and decided, I need to wear this.
You stole something from the greed demon.
we all have vices.
I'm a thief and I didn't steal anything from the greed demon.
Hey, I'm the warlock, and I willingly took on corruption.
That's on brand.
That feels right.
So what does it look like when you unleash this spell?
I think it's just a big flash of light, and it blinds the one that's the intended target. It probably draws the attention of everything else in the room, though.
Awesome. So with that, the large dark fiend lets out a horrendous kind of screeching, skittering noise, and then the three of them kind of all snap their heads to look at your direction. The other three small little ice-like creatures, and it brings us to Drake. What would Drake like to do?
Well, Drake's gonna sneak on up. Since that one's all distracted, good and plenty like. Drake can't get out of the staircase. I'm out of the staircase, okay. Alright. Here we go. I can just make it over to this one, who's blind, and stab him. Come on, sneak attack, don't fail me now. $23 to hit.
That is such a hit.
For 14 points of non-magical piercing damage. And I will use a bonus action to dash over here. And that will be my turn.
With that, the three small Nifit-like creatures proceed to start chanting louder and with due haste. That is going to be their action spell. Vom, what would you like to do?
Vom is going to have listened to what Teesra suggested, and is going to come charging up the stairs, hammer and shield in hands. I can't get Vom onto the map.
I can. Now.
Yeah, I think you've got a dynamic lighting on the outside. All right. So yes, he's going to come charging up the stairs to the closest little Mephit thing and whack it with his hammer.
What is the ice team never done to you?
It's not what it's done to him, it's what it's doing to the Rye Wolf and the boy inside the circle. So yes, whack.
Whack.
That is a 21 to hit.
Well, that is definitely a hit, this little creature.
Then that is 10 points of bludgeoning damage onto the creature.
Love to see it.
So with that, as you strike, you see shock waves and cracks splinter across its ice form as it screeches out loudly. It does not like this.
Didn't expect it to.
Okay, and about the large one stumbles around and starts heading in this direction of the sound. That's what he does this round.
Hey, Jonesy, at the end of his turn, he's allowed to make another con save to try and unblind. I should be honest, I guess.
No, you should. But
Sweet. And what's the DC for that?
14.
I didn't ask the first time because I rolled a 5, so I knew it was going to be high enough. Yeah, it's kind of going in the direction of the noise and kind of shaking its head somewhat, prepping to attack. It does seem to be heavily armed. It does have this big spear that you see it holding. It also has pincer-like claws, sharp barbed tail. So yeah. What would Ula like to do?
Ula is going to charge up these stairs. Maybe. Yeah. And put a hurting on the ice method. Team up with good old buddy Vaughn. Taking the anchor by the handle. Not raging yet. 13 to hit.
It's going to be hit.
13 points of what? Piercing damage?
Bashing. Should be bashing.
Bashing.
yeah, I'm gonna say bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. Sorry.
Bludgeoning damage. Aggravated damage.
Pretty much. It's a big, giant, wooden, reinforced anchor that she wields. So, cool. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from both Vom and Ula.
Oh no, they explode when they die. 17 for Ula.
Oh, Vom, right, yes. That's me.
That's
Sorry.
you.
I forgot. Alright, dexterity save. That is a 19 for Vom.
Awesome. With that, both of the envoys managed to dodge and pivot a little bit and use their shield to deflect off the shower of ice shards and debris that from the exploding ice method.
That's something you don't see every day.
So bring it down to Teesra. What would you like to do?
Teesra is going to also make their way up the stairs, moving past the shattered ice bits, and they will hurl an Eldritch Bolt at the ice method over in the northeast corner. I will have more success using Teesra's character sheet for this than Thom's. That's probably going to be a miss. That is a 10.
That will be a miss.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Well, Teesra will stay right where they are. And actually will even taunt the method and say, "Come to me if you dare."
Come to me if you want to die. I don't want to die.
It will decide to not to do that.
I didn't think it would, but
But it will decide to breathe in your general direction. And with that, it lets loose with their kind of a blasting roar as frost fills the air. I'm going to need a saving throw from Teesra.
what type?
It is going to be a dexterity saving throw. Sorry, should have said that.
No problem. Oh, that's going to be a big old fail. That's a 6.
Cool. Then you take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
ice damage if it matters. Cold.
It does not. However, if I'm remembering how this spell works properly. As my reaction, I will point my finger at them and rebuke it in Kurnish. And I need it to give me a dexterity saving throw as well.
You're just being mean to my monster. 15.
That will save, so it will take half damage from the Hellish Rebuke.
Cool.
So it will take 6 points of fire damage.
Oh. Why are you doing fire against my poor ice demon? What has he done to you? I know I'm not being serious. I know exactly what he's done. Cool. Oh. Okay. Cool. And that brings us down to Kale. What would you like to do?
Cool. I am going to like touch my jugular vein, and I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself, which will raise my AC. And then I am going to cross down this way and try and distract this creature. So I'm going to make very loud noises. As I run down this way, pulling out my staff, I'm going to smack this ice devil so that hopefully it's only paying attention to me.
Awesome. Go ahead and attempt to strike said demon.
It's a 19 hit.
It does.
Cool. That's 3 points of bludgeoning damage to that ice demon. Just slap him on the shin. And that'll be my turn.
Awesome. Cool. So as you're running, you making noise, trying to draw its attention. It definitely seems to have gotten its attention. While this was going on, Teaser, you did notice that the glowing ring around the prisoners has kind of flickered a little bit, and started flickering once the first ice method was destroyed.
All right.
Drake, up to you. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna go save Kale from this big scary demon. Dark Fiend.
He's blind. It's fine.
All the better to stab him with, my dear.
You say he's blind, he immediately snaps his head like directly at you when you say that.
Oh, well.
9 to hit. Wow.
Actually.
Kale distracted me and the demon. And I will stay there. I am coming to help my friend Kale.
Well, I should have done this a minute ago, but everyone would get a point of inspiration for the subscription. So
Awesome.
should have done that. Sorry, I spaced out. I did the subscription and I forgot to give it to him. So.
Oh, it's okay. I will hold on to it, though, and I will... Kale and I will take this guy together if the rest of the gang wants to stop the ice methods. I'll beam out in my brain.
I think that seems wise.
With that, the ice method to the south goes and does his breath weapon and tries to hit Ula and Vom. So I'm going to need dexterity saves from Ula and Vom.
Okay. We'll get a 14.
And Alex, if you can roll for Ula.
I sure can. Give me just a moment. Sorry, juggling these character sheets here.
I totally understand. Which is why I asked you two to run them, because I'm juggling a couple of myself.
Right? 17.
Awesome.
No whammies.
So you did both succeed on your dexterity saves, which means you only take 2 points of damage.
Yeah. 2.
So, brings it down to Vom. What would you like to do, Vom?
Well, it worked so well last time. Vom is going to charge around the circle. Actually, no, he's going to charge at the one that just ice breathed him because rude. And once more into the breach with his hammer.
Awesome.
That is probably going to miss. For that is a 10. But I think I will go ahead and use Vom's action surge to take an additional action to swing once more.
Awesome.
Because screw this guy. And that was worse. Never mind. Vom overextends himself swinging the hammer at the method.
Well, there's that giant dark fiend right next to him. He's a little,
Little distracting.
Yeah. Speaking of giant dark fiend right next to him, the dark fiend looks over, sees the envoys, seems a bit distressed that the envoys are here, and lashes out. Because he is currently surrounded by Drake, Vom, and Kale, he is going to attack Drake, Vom, and Kale.
He doesn't have to.
You're correct. He doesn't have to. He chooses to. He's going to attempt to bite at Vom.
Why are you going to do that?
And he succeeds, dealing 19 points of piercing damage to you.
Ow!
As his mandibles clench down on your upper shoulder and arm.
Oh.
Rude.
He's going to claw at Kale.
My AC is a 21 right now with that Shield of Faith.
And
Just so you
misses. Yeah, he misses. I was going to ask. And he misses. And he's going to lash out with his tail at the small furry riding behind him. And he succeeds on that attack, dealing 10 points of bludgeoning damage to Drake. As the tail wraps down on you.
Ow. 10 points of bludgeoning damage, you say?
Yes.
Ow. Really regretting not disengaging and running away this round.
So, but that's what it does. It just kind of lashes out, and then you all mentally hear, as it reaches out with its mind, "I shall feast on your souls, foul envoys."
I'm gonna leave you in a dumpster to marinate, then I'm gonna eat you.
Ula, what would you like to do?
Well, Ula's on Mephit duty over here with Tizra, so Ula... we haven't tried to break the circle yet, so I'm not going to try to break the circle, I don't think.
Okay.
Just to be on the safe side.
Good to know.
And Ula will smack this guy with the handle. Or tongue.
Sweet.
For 22 to hit.
22 definitely hits.
For 15, that's max damage. As the anchor comes swinging down and slams into his icy body, sending water and droplets everywhere.
Cool. And now make a saving throw. As you explode the Mephit with your
Son of a
with your
bitch.
anchor, causing it to literally explode.
My eyes! 21! Haha.
Cool. So you manage to pivot and twist and turn out of the way of the exploding ice shards as you blow up the Mephit. With that, another flash of flickering energy as the binding circles tend to power down.
Love to see it. And that is the end of Ula's turn.
Cool. That brings us down to Tizra.
Tizra is going to continue to move around the semicircle, around the circle, and they are going to blast that last Mephit.
Cool. Go for it.
And that is a 21 to hit the Mephit.
That was definitely a hit.
Then Tizra will blast the Mephit for 12 points of autumnal force.
So you blast a giant hole through this thing. Shards of glass can explode out of its back. And it just howls in pain as this gaping wound is now occupying the upper part of its torso. But it is still functioning. It's still moving. Kale, what would you like to do?
All right. Even if I kill this Mephit, we still have this massive thing to worry about. So, I'm gonna hit it with inflict wounds. I'm gonna hold my ground. I'm gonna drop my staff. I'm just gonna reach out my hand and
Touch faith.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Sorry, I'm just.
And I'm gonna use my last second level spell slot to add on to that. So don't get hit because I can't help you. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
Cool. For 22 points of necrotic damage.
Awesome. So as you do that, you lay on your hands and you call forth the power of the gods, the lords of light, and as you do that, energy kind of flows from your hands up through the ice chitinous hide of this creature, and as it does, it actually starts cracking and shattering and falling and collapsing and falling off of it, kind of like a glacier collapse. It's still up, but big chunks of it just kind of melted / shattered off of its body. And it howls in pain. And yes.
Okay, and then I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm not gonna move.
You
I feel like
sure?
I have its attention.
Hey, Kale, might I suggest you take a guarded step towards Vom?
Cool.
I could.
Well, that way,
he can use his shield to protect you.
I think that my AC is higher than Vom's.
Right, but his shield is just
It's just disadvantage.
yes.
to
Sure.
attack.
Yeah, and I'm still engaged with it, so Drake will still get sneak attack. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Look at us. We're a well-oiled machine. That'll be my turn.
that sounds
Awesome.
fake.
With that, the rather upset Ice Myth is going to do its best to claw Vom's eyes.
Wait, I want to go. I'm after Kale.
How did you... Okay, I don't know how it jumps you, but yeah. So
That's okay. It's alright. I'm going to take my 5 hit points. Use the bonus action to disengage. I'm just going to go back here. And I'm going to chuck a knife at that guy. And I will spend my point of inspiration to reroll. Come on. Come on. It's not the time to screw up. 18.
that's a hit.
For 13 points of piercing damage, non-magical. Alright, we're good. We're good.
Cool. So you throw the knife, it hits and cracks in the ice and buries down to its hilt. It again howls, and it is going to be the Ice Myth's claw. And it's still going to try to claw Bomb's eyes. Oh. And yeah, misses completely. Bring it down to Vom.
Okay. Vom will take a big look at the horrible devil and say, "Be with you in a moment." He is going to swing his hammer at the Mephit. That is a 22 to hit the Mephit
Awesome.
for 6 damage.
The hammer comes slamming down on this creature, smashing cracks and giant pieces of ice out of it, breaking off part of one of its wings.
Okay. But it's still up.
Kind of.
Okay.
It looks like it's really trying to find anywhere else to be right now. It's like snapping its head around, looking like, where can I go that's not here?
Gotcha. Vom is then going to also dig deep into his night person ancestry and his training, and he's going to get a second wind because so he's gonna regain a whopping 5 hit points. And yeah, so that was not as good as I'd hoped it would be. He's done.
Ooh.
Awesome. Brings it to the big night, the big dark fiend, it's going to reaches out. It's rather, yeah, rather upset. Oh, are you gonna? Is it gonna move too?
Sorry,
No,
what was that?
it's not Uwa's turn. Sorry.
And it is going to do its best to let loose on the two that are in front of it.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Don't eat us. Please don't eat us, Mr. Dark Fiend. I wouldn't eat you.
And it misses with the ice spear.
Okay.
The ice spear comes coming down straight towards Kel. Kel manages to sidestep it at the last minute as it strikes the ground, cracking the stone. What is Vom's AC again?
Bombs 17.
So I do manage to hit Vom with my tail as the tail comes crashing in, doing 8 points of damage.
Ow. That wasn't great.
That was the creature's go.
Okay.
And it's now Ulo's go. What would you like to do?
Ula is going to come down here to stand catty corner in front of Tizra, still taking care not to break the seal on the arcane circle. As she does, she's going to flip the anchor to chain mode, and Jonesy, I want to know how I could pull this off. I'd like to hit the Mephit with the chain, and then drag it over here to the wall.
You can't. The way it's set up is that you can drag someone to you.
Okay.
But you can't.
I'll do that then. I'll hit it and drag it to me.
Okay.
But I'm going to take one more step this way in that case.
Awesome. No.
Here we go. 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
And does it do damage when I hit them that way?
Yes, it does.
Okay. It'll do 11 points, and my intention is to pull it to me, just in case it dies, so it only explodes on Ua instead of on everybody over there.
Which is exactly what it does.
That's what I, that's my counter offer. What I wanted to happen.
Yeah, the damage was so high that it was it was.
Ula gets a 15 on her dexterity save.
So the Mephit explodes, and as it explodes, it does 2 points of damage to you.
Perfect. Okay, I will mark that down. Ula.
Yeah, and as it does that, the sigil and glowing runes and ring kind of flicker and fade out. And the big demon, Dark Fiend, screeches in rage.
Uh-oh.
Tizra, what do you like to do?
Tizra is going to be very, very happy to see that the mystic, the horrible thing they were doing isn't happening anymore. They're going to rush over to the boy and the wolf and look to them and say, are you well? Are you all right? Can you move?
Yeah, I think so.
Quickly, down the stairs and to safety. We'll be with you as soon as this is taken care of.
And that the Raiden shakes his head no. And the Raiden lets out a small howl. Everyone gets 18 health back.
Whoa.
Whoa! Kennedy, what does that howl stand for?
Hmm?
I said, Kennedy, what does that howl mean?
I'm sorry, Kennedy is in another dimension right now. Cannot be consulted with.
So, yeah. So with that, yeah, that's what the Raiden does when you go and try to interact with him. Kale, what would you like to do?
Well, seeing that this wolf did my job as the healer, I guess I won't have to do that. I am going to... This thing is still alive in front of me, right? But chunks are missing.
Yeah, big chunks of the ice, chitness ice body has been broken away.
Sure. I'm gonna like put one hand on the spear that he just tried to stab me with, and the other across its face, and I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds again. See what happens there.
No worries, no worries, no worries.
It's a 22 hit
It does.
for 17 points of necrotic damage. And you just see like the pulse of kind of black. And as it washes over that extra special ring that I have, it kind of like intensifies as it leaves my hand and into this devil's face. And I will say, and now the Iceman goeth, and hopefully it'll murder him.
Yeah, you have dispatched the Dark Fiend. Congratulations.
Cool.
With that, the enemies have been dispatched, and leaving the 5 of you in the room with the Raiden and the human that you just rescued.
I'm gonna run over here and give this wolf a hug. And then professionally sort of dust myself off and step back. So, thank you, friend.
Is everyone well?
I'm a lot better now than I was 6 seconds ago.
Bomb nods in agreement.
What are you two doing here? What's your, why'd those dark fiends tie you up down here and start doing magic on you?
We're attempting to use our bond. So,
You were Rybonded. What could the forces of darkness do with that kind of connection?
they were trying to break it and use the psychic trauma to empower their dark ritual that's taking place above. And looks up, the wolf looks up to the soul.
So there is more about us.
The master of this fell tower.
Did you see who was up there with him?
I do not. I know it's the dark master of the tower and his foul familiar. He's attempting to reach across this forsaken plane to find the essence of the source of the
Well, I guess we gotta go up there and stop him, huh, guys? And I'll sort of look at the gang.
I do not see what choice we have. If everyone is still ready, then
Are you two gonna be okay? You okay to make your way back, or you want to stay here and recuperate while we go up there and get those folks?
We will attempt to make our way out of the tower. My young lad is quite hurt. You can see the kid's definitely beat up and bruised and bleeding. Chunks of dry blood kind of mat his hair in spots.
Well, you two be careful. We cleared everything that was below, but this place has a way of moving things around and showing you things that ain't real, so I can't tell you if the way is safe, but we killed everything that was there when we were there.
Yeah, your aid is greatly appreciated. It's been a harrowing 3 days for us.
Can only imagine.
I will give the little boy a one of my healing potions and like a packet of peppermint for their journey home.
Yeah, the lad's probably about 8, maybe 9. He's just kind of nods and thanks you. And he kind of ruffles through his little potion, his bag, and pulls out a small satchel, pulls out a small potion and hands it to you. It's like, this one didn't mean to, would do me no good, but it may help you.
Oh, okay. Do I recognize this liquid?
You can make me an Arcana check.
Oh, Arcana.
How come nobody ever later labels the bottles? That seems dangerous.
A 10.
It looks delicious, but you don't know what it does.
Okay.
It's the Emperor's New Groove dilemma.
And with that, the ride and his ride bound will start heading out. Unless there's anything else you want to ask them to do.
Hey, wait, do you know what this does?
Oh, it's a elixir of vitality.
Oh.
I noticed you were. The kid's like, I noticed you were channeling Arcana, and I know that when I do it, it's exhausting, and I might help you with that.
Sure. Thank you.
Well, envoys, are we ready to go upstairs and cleanse this fell place of the evil dudes who came here to do bad things to folks?
Does anyone need healing?
For the moment, no.
Surprisingly, me and Ula are both alright.
Like, completely okay.
I'm down 1 hit point.
Bomb is down 6.
I will cast Healing Word on Vom.
Ula's at max, somehow.
Which will give you 8 points back. So you'll be topped off.
Plus wisdom modifier, right? I mean, but he's already topped off, so.
Yeah. So I will do that, and then I'm impulsive. I will drink this potion.
Awesome. Half of your expended spell slots reset.
Oh, hey, look at that.
He just gave you a potion of free inflict wounds.
All right, cool. All right.
And with that,
Oh,
everyone fears the entire tower shudder for a second.
Ordinarily, I'd suggest a sneaky approach, but that sounds bad, so I think maybe we should just go up there, kick the door down, and kick their ass.
sure.
I concur.
I will begin my scamper.
If there is no point in stealth, perhaps let the bomb on Ulf lead the way.
I look down and feel a twinge of sadness in my swashbuckler heart, but I will acquiesce and allow them to go first. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I don't like anything I'm seeing on that screen.
As I go up these stairs, can I just look at this ring and see if I can figure out anything else about it before I start throwing magic at people?
No, you can't.
Okay, cool.
I changed my mind. I'm going home.
Lulu and Vaughn were leading the charge, I believe, was the statement.
Yep.
So as you break forth from the stairwell up to the roof of this giant tower, again, the whole thing shudders for a second. As you reach the top, you hear chanting loud and ringing over, even over the howling winds that are currently picked up. The storm overhead is kind of opened up, leaving a rather large vortex of clouds funneling around the tower. Above you, you see a black void of nothing above in that break in the clouds. And then it shudders, and every time it shudders, for a moment, you can see the star field and the constellations of Aldous. As the tower is existing and flickering between here, the Shadowfell, and the realm of the material plane.
Oh, that's bad.
In the center of the tower is a giant piece of Shah's crystal that has been corrupted. It has a sickly purple tint to it, and there seems to be 7 spectral manifestations, which you immediately recognize as some sort of spiritual and spectral representations of the 7 Exarchs that are currently stuck around this crystal and kind of empowering it.
I'm in danger.
We all are.
I need to pull up your sheet.
Quick, before we get up the stairs, does anybody have anything funny to say to the wizard when we go up there and announce ourselves?
No. I think the time for humor is past.
Where's this sheet? So anyway, as I'm pulling this up, the group of you quickly approach and it lets out. It's chanting away as it's as you approach. Unless the envoys would rather have some reason that they would say otherwise, I'm going to just keep the same initiative from last fight, just for speed.
Well, it works for me. We can't see our order on the turn.
I say works
though.
for me, but we can't see it. Because it was from a previous page.
Okay, in that case, we'll just have your list. Keep forgetting that because it doesn't do that for me.
GM perks.
Cool. Go ahead and roll for me initiatives.
And Ula, Brian Runner.
Well, I got the same initiative I rolled last time, so Jizra. And much, much worse for Vaughn.
Drake got a 16, Ula got an 11. Sorry, I forgot to say it out loud.
Gil got a 10.
So,
The Lich Lord of Apocalypse got 15.
So, as you reach the top of the steps, across the way across, like, so you see the crystal and all that stuff, but across the edge of the other side of the tower, you see what appears to be a young, tall Vata. And some sort of small, impish-like creature.
I think that might be the guy whose bedroom we locked an imp under the bed of.
Drake, you did get initiative with a 16, so you can go first. What would you like to do?
Does he look like he's doing anything culty over there?
The
Vata.
Yes, he is the one currently chanting.
Well, in that case, I'm going to find a way to do something bad to him. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a 20-foot move action over here. And I would like to find some way to extinguish this fire. I'll just take my cape out and I'll smother the torch if I can.
Cool.
And then I will use the bonus action to hide.
Awesome.
Nat 20, 27.
I am the shadow. I am the night. And with that, you step into the shadow and vanish. So, with that, the Vata seems to finish up his chanting, and as he does that, the crystal begins to glow brighter.
That sounds bad.
He will move and monologue. His monologue is a bonus reaction. You are too late. she shall return, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And he will let loose. With just a horrible laughter. Ula, what would you like to do?
Is it magically horrible laughter, or just like...
No,
Okay.
no, just maniacal.
It's not Tasha's laughter.
No.
Okay. Ula is going to say, even if we can't stop her from coming through, we'll make sure you never live to see it. And anchor this guy. After she rages, she'll take a bonus action to rage.
Okay.
And score big, whopping 12 to hit his armor class.
And with that, the Vata just knocks the anchor out of the way.
And Ula roars defiantly in his face, ready to swing around the next round.
So, and when you get up to them, I said he looks like a Vata. There's he's slightly decayed, and he's like slightly desiccated, like kind of gaunt looking, like most of the fluid's been drained out of him.
Ooh.
And he seems more like parchment, like fragile parchment paper. But you know it's not true. But Kale, what would you like to do?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to, I guess, run up these stairs. You said these 7 are... Can you explain what the 7 are doing in the center?
They seem to be feeding energy into the crystal.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to shoot a radiant bolt at the one directly below me here. Let's see what happens. Does an 11 hit?
It's not.
Okay. I'm gonna run over this way.
It's almost like as you try to let loose the bolt of energy, that the circle platform we're on seems to help deflect your bolt.
Actually, if that's what I see, I'm gonna run the other way. I'll be just out of combat with our Vata friend.
Awesome. Caesar, what would you like to do?
Cry. Teesra is God. They do not like any of the options right now. Teesra is going to draw the ward blade. And move here and start trying to trace a circle around the Exarchs on the ground.
Okay.
I don't know how far along the circle I can get, since I would have had to take a move action to pull out the blade, but
how much is your movement normally?
30.
We will say you can move half that, and by because you're hunching over and trying to draw onto the.
Okay, so get that far around the circle.
Oh. Sorry, snickering because I was trying to put a line on there at the same time you were.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, no worries. Yours is actually cleaner and easier to see than mine. So, no, I was literally trying to figure out what color to use. That was I'm like, oh, I was going. I was grab green. But I'm like, didn't think it'd show up. So cool. Awesome. So you do that. As you begin to do that, you seem to have gotten the attention of a small little winged, like dark fiend-like creature. It seems rather upset about what you're doing, and it flies over and tries to attack you with its barbed stinger of a tail. It rolls a 20 to hit you.
That will hit me.
It does 5 points of damage to you.
Didn't love that.
So I also will need a saving throw from you.
Constitution saving throw?
Yes. Good
Yeah,
guess.
I'm not good at those. How about a natural 20 will work out in my favor. That is a 21.
That is awesome. As you take 3 points of poison damage.
Ow.
It doesn't like what you're doing.
I didn't think it did, but
Awesome. So with that, Vam, what would you like to do?
Vom can't make it over to Tizra. Well, he could, except that Drake is in the way.
I think you can move through my squares. I think, yeah.
No. The square you're in is where he would have to stop.
I think we can occupy the same square because I'm tiny sized.
Oh, that's true. You are tiny. Then yes, he can occupy the same square as you. Then Vom is going to move over and straddle Drake and try to knock that little imp away from Tizra.
Awesome.
Because Vom doesn't understand magic, but understands that if Tizra is trying to do magic and the little imp is trying to stop it, then the magic should probably happen. That is a 20 to hit with the hammer.
Against my poor little defenseless imp, it sure does.
That will be 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow. And I'd like to say ow again.
Stop, or I'll say stop again.
And with that, the hammer comes smashing down this poor little imp creature. You hear crunch and snap as parts of its wing and shoulder get caved in, and it howls in pain. Cool, and then and with that, two of the spectral images fuse together into one.
Do we know which sins just combined together?
We do not. They seem to be fluctuating. They seem to be as they one will look like the expert of greed, and then will switch into lust, and then will switch into. Yeah. So, Drake, what would you like to do?
Well, with my natural 20, I'm just going to scurry up Vom's leg and leap out, and I'm going to make sure this thing doesn't have to yelp in pain anymore. And I run my knife through its throat. With a staggering 10 to hit on both accounts.
A 10 does not hit.
Awesome.
It seems to be doing its level best to stay out of your grasp.
I will land on the ground behind it. And I will come over here into the shadows and hide again. But since I made a melee attack against it, it's not allowed to make an attack of opportunity against me. Because I have buckled his swashes.
Awesome.
And that'll be 15 on my stealth check, if anyone's looking this direction.
Well, someone's looking for you.
I wouldn't. I'm not that interesting.
But more importantly, someone's looking at Teesra and does not like what Teesra is doing. As it goes to flee Ula can technically will swipe up my Vata.
Oh!
Occultist.
12!
Because it's way more interested in getting around the circle so it can lob some arcane energy at Teesra. Really? Okay. With that, it summons forth, it pulls out a small wand and lets loose a bolt of mystical energy, striking Teesra with 4 points of damage.
Teesra will grit their teeth, but is not going to be dissuaded from doing what they're trying to do.
So, brings us down to Ula.
Well, Ula doesn't like that her dance partner doesn't want to play with her. So she's going to go get his attention again. Foaming at the mouth, screaming like a rabid crocodile. 17 to hit that time.
What do you know? That actually hits.
Huzzah! And with the bonus from raging, she does gain 10 plus 2 points of damage, so 10 points of damage total.
Awesome. Kale, what would you like to do?
Everyone ran away from me. Oh, I'm going to run over here and do what I do best and cast Inflict Wounds on this Vata. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Cool. 27 points of necrotic damage.
Jesus.
Ooh.
And I will try to psychically reach back to that wolf to say thanks for that potion because I needed that spell.
And you do get the sense that it wasn't as effective as you hoped it would be.
Sure.
Teesra, what would you like to do?
Teesra is going to ignore all of the threats upon their life and continue withdrawing the ward. And if I double move, I can go. I can get to there.
Awesome.
And they will call out as they do so. Try to keep them off of me. I'm trying to contain these things.
I will psychically whisper, "You got it."
So, with that, here the imps go. It flies towards the doorway, down the staircase, downstairs.
Does Vaughn get an attack of opportunity?
I was going to say, unless it disengaged, doesn't Vom get an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Well, then he will take a swing at the imp as it flies away from him.
Reach out, touch face.
Oh, that's terrible. Never mind. He swings at the imp, but the imp gets away.
Yeah, it flies high enough to go over him. Awesome. With that, two more of these creatures seem to merge into each other. Reducing it down to 5.
Teaser, I really hope your plan works.
Jake, what would you like to do?
What was that, Drake?
Didn't Vom get his turn? At the end of the round? On 3?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Vom, yeah.
Ah,
It was the top opportunity. That was the same exact moment as his normal.
Right. Vom is going to close with Mr. Half-Dead Vata. And, well, if I can't beat up on the imp, I'll beat up on you. There, when he does that. That is much better than when I rolled to hit the imp. That is a 16 to hit.
And with that, you swing at the live Vata, and they twist out of the way.
Okay.
Just barely.
Nimble little minx, ain't he?
Drake, what would you like to do?
Drake would like to scurry up the wall. Since all of my friends are over there making a nice little hit pit for me to throw knives down into, I'm just going to chuck knives down on his head from up above.
Up above on what?
Oh no, we're on top of the tower. There's no walls in here.
There's sky.
I climb on the sky. Well, in that case, I'll just come over here and I'll join the Office Space stabbing. I just don't want to be close to the ring where those things can grab us.
Like the ring. Awesome. So make your attack.
20 to hit. For 16 points of non-magical piercing damage. And then I'll use the rest of my movement speed to go right back over where I was. And that is what Drake will do.
And with that, the Vata, enough of you insolent fools. The Dark Queen shall not be stopped. She shall return and rule once more. And lets loose, basically does a sweeping gesture with his arms, and as he does, an energy erupts forth from them, almost like a black flame.
Not great.
Don't like that.
And I need dex saves from everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Ah, dang it.
Oh no. Oh, I rolled a natural 1 and got a 3.
Kale got a 19.
Drake got a 10.
Tom got a 16. Keezer got a 10. I think I will use my point of inspiration
Inspire!
and try that again, because no. That was worse. Never mind. Keezer got a 10.
Awesome. So everyone takes 20 points of damage as this black flame erupts from the Vata, washing over the top of the tower.
Yikes.
And as it does that, the whole tower shudders again. Ulo, what would you like to do? Oh, and then and before I do that, one second, and then casually steps towards, takes a 5-foot step towards Tizra's direction, meaning that Vom and Kale will get a swipe at it.
Tizra is also going to, as a reaction after being hit by that wave of awfulness, is going to use their last spell slot to Hellish Rebuke. I need a dexterity save from them.
Heck yes.
13?
That is a fail. So they are going to take 19 points of fire damage.
Holy mother. Yeah.
That'll earn him.
I imagine my 6 doesn't hit with my quarterstaff.
Just not.
Oh, and Vom will swing as well with the hammer.
Yeah, I miss wide as I thought I was pretty dexterous, but apparently I still got blasted by all this fire.
Yeah, that 12 isn't going to do it, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
Well, on Ula's turn, Ula's going to recklessly attack with the handle of the anchor. Ula's pissed.
I can't imagine why.
16 to hit.
Miss.
Ula's going to recklessly pout.
Kale, what would you like to do?
Kale would like to rage, but he's a cleric, so he won't.
You can cast Tantrum.
I will. I mean, I still have some first level spell slots, so I'm gonna run over here and do what I do best, and inflict some wounds. I imagine a 20 will hit
Does.
for 19 points of necrotic damage.
Heck yes.
I have abandoned all sorts of light, and I'm only using necrotic now. So,
Tizra, what would you like to do?
Well, if Kizro was smarter, they would try to heal themselves. But instead, they are going to double move to complete the circle. With their, 1 hit point.
Hey, I'm not the one with the least hit points.
So yeah, they will double move to do that.
Awesome. And as you do that, you hear feel the whole tower jolt and shake. I need dexterity saves from everyone.
Oh no. Ooh, 15 for Ula.
16 for Kale.
Not 20, 25 for Drake.
And bomb too.
So Bomb got a 2. Teacher got a 10. I don't think either of those are going to be great.
No. So with that, the whole tower, like I said, shakes. You actually, the storm clouds kind of speeding up, building energy, flashes of lightning now occurring. And as you complete the circle, you feel the whole thing shudder again, and it's almost like there's some feedback for a second within the ring, and you actually hear stones starting to split. The shaking of the tower knocks Vom on his ass, leaving him prone. It was DC 10.
Well, at least he didn't fall off the side.
Nope. But he is prone, therefore, he gets attacked in the meantime. So they have advantage against him. But speaking of which, it's Vom's turn.
Vom will, I guess, use a move action to get to his feet. And, some 5-foot steps and 5e, damn it. I guess he'll just move in close to the Vata. Actually, he'll move here so that he can guard both of his friends if need be. Because
Awesome.
That's all I can do.
Cool. And with that, there's a kind of a pulse of energy, almost like a heartbeat from the Shah's pistol as it's starting to speed up a little bit. As two more of the spectral type creatures merge into each other. Drake, what would you like to do?
I'm going to use a bonus action to drink a healing potion.
Healing potion is not a bonus action.
I thought it was a bonus action.
It's a move action.
Move action? Okay, that's fine. I will use a move action to drink a healing potion. Then I will use a bonus action to dash and take my move action.
Fair.
And I'm going to get the hell out of fireball formation.
What makes you think it was a fireball?
I don't think it was a fireball, but just in case. And I'm going to see what happens when I try to throw a knife over that at him.
But for the record, I'll tell you now, it was a reskin fireball. Okay, make your throw.
23 to hit.
That's a hit.
For 12 points of non-magical piercing damage. And I'm gonna lick my wounds and try and get some of this burned fur smell off of me.
So, yeah, you throw it, and it sails right over the circle that Teaser has drawn. So right through it and striking the bottom.
That's good news.
Is it though?
We'll find out.
Question for you, and I'm trying not to metagame from the bad guy point of view, but Vom and Ula, looking at your total hit points versus your current hit points, would you say your character looks red, orange, or yellow? Like a little hurt, very hurt, where the hell hurt?
Ula would be 50% hurt.
You were on mute there.
Thanks. Sorry, I'm trying to
You're
keep
good.
Biggie quiet in the background. Vom is also about halfway down.
Okay. The reason I say that is because the bad guy is trying to figure out which looks like the biggest threat, and the person who's least hurt is the biggest threat, from their point of view. So.
If you needed it from Kale, he is more than halfway hurt.
Oh no! He's not considering you the biggest threat. He's considering the big fighters the biggest threats. So,
on a scale of 1 to 42, I'm at about a 22.
So, with that, he is letting loose Vom. With that, we'll see how this works. Reaches out a hand, and as the whole thing shudders, you can kind of see that the hand kind of looks slightly desiccated and withered. What's loose? He's going to 5 foot step back, which means that Vom. No, actually, going to move a little further than that. But Ula will get actually everyone will get a swipe at the bot as they do that. But basically is trying to get away from you and lets loose a spell, throwing it at Vom. Let's see if I hit. Striking Vom, I'm going to need a Constitution save from Vom.
Okay, Vom's not bad at that. He will miss his attack of opportunity. That's a 10. The dice are not with me tonight.
Awesome. You have just taken 24 hit points.
What was that?
Vom has just lost 24 hit points.
23?
24.
24? Vom is unconscious and dying.
I think Vom actually has a special thing where when he hits 0, he comes back to 1.
I thought that was only if he was reduced to 0 exactly.
I think it's anytime he's reduced below 0, I think. I'm not positive.
Okay. Well, then Vom is at 1 hit point.
Awesome.
Ula did get a 17 on her attack of opportunity.
Cool. And what was the damage?
11.
So, cool. So with that, the evil Vata strikers soon it will be too late. Don't sleep so. A wave of black energy which strikes Vom, dropping Vom to the ground on his knees, gasping for breath and life. Ula, what would you like to do?
Ula would like to come over to here and switch to the handle or switch to the chain version of the anchor, and try to pull him into her. 23 to hit. Yes.
It's a hit.
For 11 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage. And she says, "Get over here!" and chains him over here.
I did crappy on the roll, so yank. You did manage to yank over the bounce sorcerer. To you. Kale, what would you like to do?
Is there, so this darker ring, is that like a railing of some sort?
Of the stone on the map?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, these are it's a small stone ledge that runs around the edge of the map, and there's some there are little niches carved into it that are lower. So basically, if you're standing up with a crossbow or a ranged weapon, you can have partial cover behind the higher parts, but shoot through the lower parts.
Sure. How high does it look?
Oh, the wall around the lip? Yeah, so the wall around the lip is probably about 3.5 feet up, and the shortest parts, and then the tall parts are probably about 6 feet tall.
Okay.
Hit him with a shove action.
I don't think... I'm not very strong.
I may have been playing too much Baldur's Gate 3, but that's...
My
intention is to push him off the tower if we can.
Yeah, I'm gonna run at him. First, I'm going to hand Vom a healing potion. I'm going to charge at him. And I'm going to try and grab him and throw us both over the edge of this tower, because I think I need all of my momentum to be able to do it. If I do that, can I get an acro instead of strength?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead and make me a roll to see if you can grab this person.
Sure. Got an 11.
And that is not going to be able to grab them. So.
Okay.
So you rush up to grab them, like kind of throw yourself both over the lip. Unfortunately, do not
Sure.
get a hold of them, which is good though, because also means you don't go over. So
Sure.
There's the right side.
Bonus action. I will use Healing Word on Teesra. Which will give you 11 back. I think you said you were pretty hurt, so.
I was at 1.
That's pretty hurt.
That's all I can do.
Teesra, speaking of which, what would you like to do? Now that you have 11 hit points.
I mean, I appreciate it because it means that I'm less likely to die from trying what I'm about to do. Teesra is going to, with the ward blade still in their hand, charge up behind this Vata and try to stab them with the ward blade.
Awesome.
That is a 19 to hit.
Ooh. That's definitely a hit.
That is 5 points of magical piercing damage.
And with that, you stab them and let out a howl of pain. Insolence full, and yeah.
I was hoping to have a better effect with the ward blade on him. And, oh well.
Vom, what would you like to do?
Vom is going to drink that healing potion. So healing potion is how much?
Should be 2d4 plus 2. Or plus 4,
2d4.
sorry, plus 4. 2d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4?
Yep.
Vom will heal 10 points of damage when drinking that healing potion. And then as a move action, will draw one of their own healing potions to drink next turn.
Power chug, power chug, power chug.
Uh-huh.
With that, another one of the spectral creatures morphs into another one. Leaving the number in the circle 2, 3. As the thread and pulse of the heartbeat inside the crystal speeds up. Drake, what would you like to do?
Drake's gonna scamper over here. Can I get up on top of this thing?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw another knife. You get a knife. You get a knife. 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
For 10 points of non-magical piercing damage.
Drake, make me a perception check while you're up there.
I'll have to be divided too. Is it smell based?
It is not.
7.
With that, as you're looking around, you see that the whole tower seems to be swaying ever so slightly in the breeze as the storm clouds are speeding up around it. And you see a rather slightly disturbing shadow that is starting to stretch up the side of the building. And you hear the sounds of stone grinding on stone.
Everyone, we got some bad stuff coming up the side of the tower. It's like a shadow, and like the tower's blowing in the breeze.
She comes! All hail the Dark Mother. And
Nobody asked you.
And with that, the evil Vata will try to backhand Ula right off the tower. I don't foresee this happening, but they're egotistical enough that they will try it.
Good luck, bucko.
Holy mother! What is the Ula's AC?
Ula's AC is 16.
Yeah, so Ula gets hit for 12 points of damage, and I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is it magical damage?
It is natural damage.
Ouch.
Well, let me rephrase. It is a supernatural effect.
Okay. Well, Ula got a 6 on her Constitution save, so.
Oh no.
So as the Vata smacks Ula, you hear this little crack, possibly get a slight fracture or something from hitting Ula's heart, and ice kind of starts coating over Ula, and Ula is frozen in place.
Whew. Whew.
It is now, well, Ula's go. Ula, would you like to make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, I would be delighted to. 21.
And with that, Ula snaps out of the paralysis, and yeah. So that was the Rodo. Kale, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna do the same thing that I did. I'm gonna try and take this fool over the edge.
Make a hit roll.
Does the 10 hit?
Nope.
So dumb. Okay. Cool. I have nothing else, so there you go.
Teaser.
He's really running out of options.
Teaser, would like to make an insight check?
Sure, I can do that. Except that I can't because my insight is garbage, but I can try it.
Or an Arcana check.
Arcana's better. That's a 20 on an Arcana.
The creatures in the circle don't seem to have moved beyond the circle that you've drawn, but they definitely seem to be feeding on the crystal and feeding on each other, and growing in strength and becoming more and less fluctuating. They seem to be taking more of a silhouette of a woman's form.
Okay. Feeding on each other and feeding on the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Teesra is going to turn and fire an Eldritch Blast at the crystal.
Awesome. I will not make you roll to hit the crystal. The crystal is not dodging.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me damage.
That is 5 force damage.
Awesome. So with that, you turn and let loose a blast, and as you strike, a small little shard of the crystal breaks off. And the Vata screams, "No!" And Vom, it's Vom's go.
Vom gets a big smile on his face and says, "Oh, you didn't like that, did you?" And he's going to throw his axe at the crystal. Throw his hand axe.
Uh-huh.
Same thing, don't need a roll to hit it?
Nah.
All right. Then that will be 5 points of slashing damage as he throws the hand axe at the crystal.
Awesome. Little tiny little sliver breaks off the crystal. And with that, another one of these creatures vanishes. And vroom, 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 vroom. The heartbeat speeds up. Drake, what would you like to do?
Well, you know, that thing happens to be exactly 20 feet away, and my movement speed is 40, so... I'm going to use a handy-dandy bonus action to disengage. And I'm going to run in, stab it, and run back to where I am. For 4 non-magical piercing damage, unless I'm sneak attacking it.
Unfortunately, it's not sneak attackable.
That sounds fair. So I'll zip in, cut off a piece. If I can, I'll take the piece I cut off with me.
Awesome. Yeah, you get a small little sliver of it. And with it, the Vata tries to reach out and grab a hold of Tizra. What is your AC?
Not great. 12.
Okay. Swipes and misses. And brings us to Ula.
Ula is going to take a step here and use the shove action. So I have to roll to hit with the shove action. $17 to hit.
That's a hit.
Then I make an athletics check, contest it by the target's athletics or acrobatics. The target chooses which one it wants to use. If I win the contest, I knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away.
Awesome.
So my athletics check is 12. Ugh. And then he can use athletics or acrobatics.
That's assuming this creature has athletics or acrobatics. Yeah. That 7 roll is not going to beat that.
Oh,
So
no.
I'll push him 5 feet right there.
Oh, look. Ah! As you knock the Vata off the top of the tower, and you hear it do the Disney scream all the way down. Ah! All the way down.
Just listening for the satisfying crunch at the bottom.
Chill, what would you like to do?
I will give a look at Ula, upset that she was able to do what I've been trying to do for the last 15 seconds.
Ooh, will flex a big muscle.
I will. You said what? You said this is pulsing some kind of light.
It's pulsing like a heartbeat.
I will go into the circle. And I will do what I do best and cast Inflict Wounds on this crystal. See if I can get this heart to stop beating.
I would say, would you like to make me religious or kind of check, but, you know, someone skip those
I'm not
classes.
proficient in either of them. I can give you a roll, but I'm not proficient. So it's just my intelligence. Got a 7. Don't imagine that'll do much. Nope. It's too bad, because for someone not proficient, I did pretty well throughout this whole campaign with
You did.
Until now.
religion until this moment. I imagine an 8 does not do anything to this crystal.
It does not.
Okay, well, cool. I'm just chilling with the bad guys.
It's almost like the little tiny cracks that have been set into it have started mending because of what you're doing.
Sure.
Hell, stop giving it necrotic energy. That's what it feeds on.
Oh, my bad.
Keisha, what would you like to do?
Cursing under their breath, Teesra is going to let loose with another Eldritch Bolt. Garbage. A minimum damage, 4 force.
You do have inspiration and a.
I do. All right, let's re-roll that. Five. That's fine.
Awesome.
And then he's just going to take a move action to just jump off the tower themselves, because clearly they're not getting anything done.
Creatures that are inside the circle will now try to eat Kale.
Sure.
And they both miss. And then... yeah, they both miss.
Get out of there. You can harm the crystal with your light.
What would you like to do?
Vom is unfortunately out of ranged weapons. Because I also keep forgetting that you can keep moving after you attack. So Vom is going to make a path that takes him over to the edge of this crystal, whack it, and then finish right there.
Awesome.
And he's going to drop the shield so that he can swing two-handed with the hammer.
Smash it.
And that is a crit.
Wow.
So
And Vom gets one more dice damage, so one more D10.
Right, so that will be a total of 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
So, with that, as Vom runs through the circle, smashes down with his hammer. It's almost like hammers and crystals aren't meant to go together. Shatters this crystal in multiple pieces as it explodes out. And I need a dex save from Kale.
Okay. I got a 6.
And you take 10 points of damage from the exploding crystal.
And I fall.
As the crystal explodes, there's a flash of blackish flame that shoots up towards the sky. The whole tower shudders, and then you hear more cracking of stone as the whole tower kind of sways in the wind. Chunks of the parapet start crumbling off as that shadow that you saw creeping up earlier, Drake, reaches to the top. And that shadow is actually a crack that has been splintering up the side of the tower for a while now. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh no. I refuse. I'm the one who takes us to
Hey.
Wow. Yeah, well, everybody get up, stretch, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll see you in just a couple of minutes.